Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivashadi Gaura Bhaktavrinda. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद. Thank you very much for joining today's Bhagavad Gita discussion. So we'll continue 10th chapter, the opulences of Lord Shri Krishna. So before we start, anybody wants to share what we discussed last class? From shloka number 11, we discussed till 18. Yeah. So would somebody like to share?
I would like to start.
Yes, Praveen. Yeah, you can start.
Shloka 11, you mentioned that how Lord destroy ignorance in the heart of impure devotee. And you mentioned one term, samistha. And you also mentioned how you show special much like Anukampa, Atma Bhava, Paramatma and Bhagavan, and like Aham Eva, that I alone do all my own. You refer to 9.22 Yoga Vision.
Okay.
And you also mentioned that for devotees, the Bhagavad Gita is over from this point of time. But Arjuna talks to Krishna so that for the benefit of others.
Yes. Thank you, please. Okay. Yes, Arun, bro.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. So we were discussing in 10 point Bhagavad Gita 10.11 that last sloka of Chatushloki that Krishna is talking about path of bhakti with reference to the previous slokas. This says that how that Tesham Ivanu Kanparthan Aham Agyana Jamtama that and then Nashyami Atma Bhavasto that I stay in the heart of devotees. So normally we understand that Lord lies as a Paramatma feature in the devotees, in the heart of person, all everyone. But in the heart of devotees, especially, Krishna stays and guides them. How does he guide them? So we understood that he um, like helps them to understand the knowledge. What we can say. He eliminates the knowledge. Example, we discussed that like illiterate Brahmana of South India, he was reciting shlokas of Bhagavad Gita, although he was illiterate. But then Krishna lights the heart of the devotee, staying in the heart with the lamp of knowledge. So that is the speciality of devotee, and this is how Krishna helps them. We were also discussing that devotee has two parts, Shraddha and Swabhav. So although in this particular shloka there is discussion of Swabhav, that there may be some conditionings or contamination, but then Krishna directly in one sense interferes and helps a devotee in bhakti. So Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says that it becomes the anxiety of Krishna, that how to clear the heart of devotee. That was Tesham Evanu Kampartham. We were discussing that how two shlokas from Srimad Bhagavatam 284. I tried to remember, but now I'm forgetting. And that Naham Tebhyo Managapi, that I don't know anyone else but them. And devotees knows no one but Krishna. So and therefore Krishna says that he gives protection to the bhakti or to the bhakti of devotees. And there we saw a wonderful example that Srila Prabhupada gives, that the yogi's situation is like monkey, baby of monkey, that they have to hold the mother to remain protected. But in case of devotees are like kittens, where cat takes the responsibility of protecting the kitten, and that is the position of devotees. While other yogis, karmis, gyanis, they are like baby of monkey, so they are in dangerous position. While a devotee is always safe. So and this is also the purport of Yoga Shemam Vahamyam that we see here in this particular purport of shloka of Bhagavad Gita. So this is what I could understand. I was not there in last class. I heard recording, so I like made note from there.
Thank you, bro. Very elaborate covering. Okay. Anybody else want to share something from the remaining of the shloka? From last part, what we discussed, 12, 6 to 18. Many were not there last time. So I don't know if you have heard recordings and if you are remembering anything. Yeah, Bhakti Leela Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
In 10.12 to 18, Arjuna accepted Krishna's position and request him to hear more about his opulences. So, in 12 and 13 shlokas, you said Arjuna accepting Krishna's supremacy, where we discussed the different words from Ishopanishad, Apapavidham, prophylactic, antiseptic, then Param Brahma, Param Dham, Param Bhavam. Then also we discussed the authority also. Narada, Sida, Devala, and Vasa. Here the Arjuna said ki I accepted your authority and confirm this truth by these various sages. And also we discussed the Guru, Sadhu, Shastra and Bhagavad Praman. So you said we discussed the Srila Prabhupada quotes here, books are the basis. Then in 10.14, here the here the Arjuna said ki whatever you have spoken earlier, I have accepted, but not for others. Not for others means Devi Devtas or the demons, but basically for non-devotees. You gave the example of Hiranyakashipu, and means he know the Lord, but he didn't accepted the Lord. Then in Indra ka wo Parijat flower wala pastime. Indra knows who is Lord and what is his supremacy, but he didn't accept his supremacy that time. So you said to follow the path of bhakti or to follow the path of Arjuna, we understood, first of all, we understood the Bhagavad Gita. Then 10.15, here Arjuna said, yeah, same started. Yeah, we discussed the speculation word, means mental speculation and physical speculation.
Philosophical speculation.
Sorry, mental speculation and philosophical speculation, and which one is the means which one is the best, or I missed the
Yeah, we discussed basically
philosophical.
mental speculation is like it is not based on Shastra. Philosophical speculation is based on Shastra. We discussed example like whatever here discussion we are doing in Bhagavad Gita. If some verse is connected to other part, then we connect it to that part and try to explain. Like Vibhuti Yoga we are discussing here in this chapter. 7th chapter also we discussed. So whatever concepts we discussed there, we can discuss here also like that we discussed. Yeah.
Yes, Prabhuji. In 10.15, Arjuna said, "You alone know yourself."
Okay, if somebody else also want to share, we can give chance to them. Thank you. Yeah. So 15 to 18, somebody want to share what we discussed? Others who have not shared. Nice, Shri Ganga.
Like, not exactly 15, but I was hearing recording. So just Mataji shared that related to that only. Share that. You were speaking like hierarchy of accepting the authority. First you told like Bhagavan, Lord is himself is speaking, and that is considered as like first. then second you are saying scripture, then third you are saying sadhu, and then guru. Hierarchy.
Yeah. Yes, bro.
And also, Guruji, by hearing recording, I got a little bit confused, or might be I was inattentive. So I couldn't get that. Like you were saying, Guruji, like Ashim, the Shakti of Lord, like Lord Himself takes care of that thing. But other things like super soul takes care. Like it's something you were saying. Guruji. Directly Lord takes care, and also super soul also takes care of other things.
Yeah, last sentence, what you told me, actually, voice is breaking. Maybe you can switch off video. Last part, what you told? Your voice is breaking. Yeah. Now you can speak.
Now it's like Guruji, is it clear for you?
Yeah, yeah. Yes.
Like you're saying, Guruji, like Achintya Shakti of the Lord, what are things comes under Achintya Shakti? That takes care by Lord Himself directly. And other things will be taken care by super soul. Like that some statement was there. Confused, like, which is related to that. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, there is no voice. I think Prabhuji, we have lost connectivity.
Okay, I am audible. Hare Krishna. You are audible, but voice is little low.
And I think we have lost connectivity with Adi Bhagavan too also, I suppose.
Hare Krishna. Sorry, I got one call. Could not hear. Anybody remaining to share now? The last, I don't know till where Prabhuji shared. But 17, 18, anybody want to share? I think last class Dipali Mataji was there. Then Aruna Mataji was also there. Yamana Vilas Prabhu, you were also there last class.
Yes, Prabhuji, I was there.
Okay. Can you conclude last part? 17, 18? What we
So the
discussed?
last part, I could not make the note. I don't remember much, but I can share
Okay.
of the 15th verse.
I think that was already told, no?
Yeah, so sorry, Prabhuji, I'm not
Okay.
able to share the last.
Okay, no problem. Okay, anybody else want to share? Prerna Mataji also there, I think. 17, 18. Okay. So 17, we were discussing that now Arjuna is asking for the benefit of others, even though the verse is saying aham, katham vidya aham, aham, but he is asking for others. How do we know? Prabhupada has clarified in the purport. Okay. So he is saying that he is addressing Krishna. So Prabhupada written the statement in the purport. This is the inquiry for common man. The common man who has no love for Krishna cannot always think of Krishna. Therefore, he has to think materially. Okay, that Prabhupada written in the purport. So that we discussed. That how the verse is, even though Arjuna is asking aham, but he is representing the common people and even not devotees. Why not devotees? Because the devotees already know the Sachidanand form of the Lord. They don't want to meditate on Krishna materially. Materially in the sense what? All the vibhutis are material representations of extraordinary powers. So if you remember 18th verse when we were discussing, the word vibhuti has come in the verse. So does anybody remember how we translated that word vibhuti, as Prabhupada is also written in the future purports, but I told one very important phrase there. Vibhuti. What is the word there? Anybody remembers?
Extraordinary opulences.
Yes, Matu. Yeah, extraordinary opulence. Prabhupada also writes it as exceptional opulence, like that. Okay. So please remember that word, exceptional opulence, and how it is. What kind of opulence it is? It is either spiritual or material. Okay, both it can be. Okay, and then vibhuti, as per Sanskrit, we understood that V stands for the word vilakshana. Vilakshana means something which is signifying something. Vilakshana means visishta, vishesha, vishesha lakshana, extraordinary. Okay, and bhuti word stands for existence of something, extraordinary existence, extraordinary opulence, like that. Okay, so please remember that. So this verse, 18th verse, we were discussing that how Krishna is requested by Arjuna to again speak. Why again speak? Because already it was discussed in 7th chapter briefly. Okay, and that's what we discussed in the beginning of this chapter. Why Krishna is saying, I am going to speak the knowledge which I have not spoken earlier. So it is not that he is going to speak higher than 9th chapter, but he is speaking elaborately compared to 7th chapter. That was the point. Okay, so yeah, so this verse we discussed that Valdev Vidyabhushan describes the word vibhuti as the manifestation of Krishna's knowledge and power. Okay, and the word yoga stands for qualities of the Lord. Okay, so remember these keywords. Okay, vibhuti stands for knowledge or power, and yoga stands for qualities. Okay, so having said that, we'll continue our discussion. So, okay, can somebody make me co-host? I can share the screen. Okay, so we were discussing 19th onwards, we have to start now. So request devotees to hear attentively and make notes and avoid distraction so that we can take most of the benefit of these classes and discussion. Okay, so that we can share also next time what we are discussing. Otherwise, the classes will go on, time will pass, days will pass, months will pass, years will pass, but we will not be able to imbibe what we are discussing in our life, because Prabhupada has given so much of energy and efforts in giving this purpose. And we are trying to directly discuss from purpose, and I'm not trying to speak some other story from here, there, and from other sources. Okay, so as much as possible, directly we are trying to discuss. Okay, so kindly pay attention and give quality time and avoid distraction. And if possible, also keep your video on. Okay. Who is first?
Yamuna Vilas Prabhu has to make you.
Acha, Prabhu has to do. Okay. Okay, let's continue. So, Krishna's opulences. Krishna is speaking now briefly, 19 to 42. Briefly means in the sense more elaborately than the 7th chapter, but briefly compared to what Krishna actually is. Okay, so it's briefly in that sense. Okay, so this is section 4, 19 to 42. Just 1 minute. Yeah. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Hantate Kathayishyami दिव्या हि आत्मा विभूतयः प्राधान्यतः कुरुश्रेष्ठ नास्ति अंतो विस्तरस्य मे. Yes, Sri Gangaputra, please read the translation.
The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, Yes, I will tell you of my splendorous manifestations, but only of those which are prominent. O Arjuna, for my opulence is limitless.
Yeah. So Shri Bhagavan Vacha Prabhupada explained this Shri Bhagavan word, the possessor of the six opulences earlier. So we are not discussing again. So now Krishna is saying Divya. This word Divya he has used. For what? This is adjective, Visheshan. To what? Atma Vibhutayaha. Atma stands for Krishna himself. Okay. Personal. Vibhutayaha. Extraordinary opulences. Okay. So Divya, Prabhupada is translated as divine. So this has two meanings here as we discussed. It can be either spiritual or it can be material. Okay. So both kind of opulences he is going to describe here. Okay. And what kind of explanation he is going to give? Pradhanyatah. Okay. Whatever is the pradhan or the like most extraordinary or few of them like that, which are principal like that. Okay. And Kuru Shrestha. Okay. So the best among the Kurus. So Arjuna himself is also one of the vibhutis, he will explain. So he is among the Kurus, he is Shrestha. And na asti anto. Na asti. There is no नहीं है ना अस्ति क्या अंत नहीं है ना अस्ति अंतो what is there is no end to something what vistarasya me something related to me what to my extent okay there is no end to my extent okay so that's why I will speak only principally that is the meaning of the verse okay so this is a request of Arjuna to speak of his opulences and Krishna agrees and he is going to speak of the principal opulences. Please read.
Oh, Hanta, out of mercy, I will tell you about the vibhutis. We'll speak of the chief ones, because there is no end of their number. Vibhuteha is used for vibhuti, tenene, plural, accusative. These vibhutis are excellent, divya, not like grass or brick. The word vibhuti includes both material and spiritual manifestation of power of the Lord. because they all arise from the Shakti of the Lord. They should all considered as a worthy of meditation as a forms of the Lord, though some are preferable to others.
Yeah, so very important point here. These 2 points are one. So one is that these vibhutis are in the category of either material or spiritual. Okay, and they are manifestations of the power of the Lord. Okay, as we discussed earlier, vibhuti is either knowledge of the Lord or power of the Lord. Okay, so now here he is saying why they are considered vibhuti because they all arise from the Shakti of the Lord, power of the Lord, basically same thing. Okay, and they are worthy of meditation because they are connected to the Lord. But for whom? Not devotees. Common people. Okay, they are worthy of meditation for common people. Okay, so just to keep the things in place, going back because some of you might have missed the class. Yeah, see it. So Arjuna, out of mercy, because he is a Vaishnava devotee, is opening for common man the understanding of all pervasiveness of the spirit of the Supreme Lord. Okay, so he addresses Krishna specifically as Yogin because Krishna is the master of the Yoga Maya, by which he is covered and uncovered to the common man. Okay, so the common man who has no love for Krishna cannot always think of Krishna. Therefore, he has to think materially. What is material thinking? Is called Vibhuti Yoga. That seeing the energies of the Lord in the material world. Okay, and this common man is not devotees. Why? Because devotees don't think of actively in the material forms in the world, in the material world. They think as the Lord is a Sachidananda Vigraha, Yashodanandan, Devaki Nandan, Govardhan Dhari, like that they think. Okay, they don't see the people, they don't see the material things as the Lord. Okay, so just to make the Context clear? Yeah. Continue.
I will speak about my vibhutis, which are remarkable, not like grass and bricks. I'll speak of the chief ones, since there is no end to describing them all. The word vibhuti should be understood to mean powerful objects which exhibit the Lord's sense of control. Common and refined atoms will be described in their capacity as a vibhuti.
Yeah. So again, now he is saying Baldev Vidyabhushan is saying similar thing what Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti told. And he is saying he will define the principal ones, chief ones, pradhanyataha, and there is no end. So he said that nasti anto. Okay, that's right. And then he is defining what is word vibhuti, how it should be understood to mean powerful objects or extraordinary objects. Okay, which exhibit the Lord's sense of control, like that. Okay. So what kind of items will you define? Common and refined items. Okay. So refined items will be like best among the class, best among all, or best of the class. Okay, best of the class. Like among the elephants, I am Airavat. Okay, like that. Yeah, continue.
All of the all of these should be thought of as the Lord's self to some degree, in that they suggest the powers of the Lord of all the things. The approved direct forms of the Lord have been described conclusively. Those forms are useful for meditation as they are. They should not be considered like the limited representations of the Shakti, which are mentioned in this chapter.
Yeah. So they are supposed to be thought as a Lord's self. To what degree? Not full degree, some degree. Why? Because they are either material representations or spiritual representations. Okay. They are representations. Okay. Like that. So they are not completely the replacement of Lord. Like Lord will say, I am the Uchchashrava, horse, or Airavata, elephant, among the elephants. So it's not that now we'll start worshipping Airavata. No, it's representing that Airavata is having some extraordinary power or opulence or skill that is coming from the Lord. So devotees think how? They think, oh, Airavata is having such power. So how much power the Lord will be having? So I worship the Lord. The devotees think like that. But these common people for whom this section is there, what they think? They think, oh, yes, Airavata is so powerful. So let me worship Airavata and also get the power. So common people will think like that. Okay. But devotees may not think like that. Yeah. So the approved direct forms of the Lord have been described conclusively. So where have been the direct forms described? This has been described in the previous sections, like in the Chatushloki also, Lord has described. And direct forms have been described as the Guhya Tamah, the most Guhya among all. Okay. So that is Guhya Tamah. Okay. Like that. And what are the forms? These are to the some degree, these are called Guhyatara. If you remember, in the beginning of this chapter, we discussed they are Guhyatara. Okay, these are Vibhutis are Guhyatara. Okay, which are the Gyan aspect of the Lord. But this Guhyatama is the Vigyan aspect of the Lord. Okay, where he directly the Lord of Vrindavan or Dwarka or Vaikuntha, like that, the personal form of the Lord, the 400 or 200 form. Okay. So these forms are useful for meditation. Which forms? The direct forms. Okay. Krishna of Vrindavan or Dwarka, but not the forms like Airavata and Uchchaishrava or other representation of vibhutis. Okay. So these forms are useful for meditation. That's what Baldev Vidyabhushan is clarifying. Okay. Not vibhutis. Vibhutis are not useful for meditation. For whom? For devotees. Okay. But for common people, the vibhutis are useful for meditation. Okay, that's what we saw in the Srila Prabhupada's purport to verse number 17. Okay, so they should not be considered like limited representations of the Shakti. What what is this they referring to? What is this they is for which one?
Common people.
It's extraordinary.
No, not both answers are wrong. Those who are hearing attentively, they can answer.
Guhyatar representations.
Okay, Guhyatara.
maybe Paramatma form or indirect form of the Lord, not as Govardhan Dhari or Giridhari.
Okay, see the statement. They should not be considered like the limited representations. What is not considered as limited representation?
Vibhutis, they are
The vibhutis which are mentioned in the later part.
Vibhutis are limited or not limited?
They are not they are not limited.
not
They are,
limited.
they are, they are unlimited.
They should
Okay,
not consider as limited.
Yeah, Prasanth Gopal, you can repeat.
Yeah, they should not be considered as a limited representation statement.
So who are they here? Vibhutis or the direct forms?
Vibhutis.
Vibhutis.
No, see here.
Direct forms are already unlimited. They are
Ah.
already magnanimous, but vibhutis
Correct.
also should not be considered as limited.
Okay, see here. Okay, all of these should be thought of as the Lord's self to some degree. This statement is about what? He is explaining which term? Vibhuti. Okay, na? Vibhuti is being explained. So now Vibhuti, he is saying that it is like some degree it is. So some degree means, can we say it is limited? All of you agree? Yes, so this is limited. So the approved direct forms of the Lord have been described conclusively. Okay, they are described in 9th chapter and end of this chapter also. Okay, this chapter end also they will say direct form. The direct forms are not limited, they are unlimited. This is clear, I think, for all. They are unlimited forms. Why? Because they don't have the limitation of some representation of or some degree representation. They are unlimited. Now he is saying those forms are useful for meditation as they are. Which are those forms? Those forms are direct forms. That's what I explained here. Okay, they are not referring to vibhutis. They are not vibhutis. They should not be considered like limited representation. Now this again, they is representing direct only. The statement is continuing. There is no mention about vibhuti here. They should not be considered like limited representation of his Shakti. Okay, which are mentioned in this chapter. So they are not about vibhuti. They are also about direct forms only. Vibhutis was explained here and here. Till here. Direct forms are explained here after this. Okay. So vibhutis are limited representations that we will see in this chapter. They are limited representation. Just like one example is Parshuram. So he is considered as Shakti Avesha avatar. Means there is some Avesh of Shakti. He is not equal to Lord. Okay. So yes, continue. Prabhupada's purport.
It is not possible to comprehend the greatness of Krishna and his appearances. The senses of the individual soul are limited and not to permit him to understand the totality of Krishna's affairs. Still, the devotees try to understand Krishna, but not on the principle that they will be able to understand Krishna fully at any specific time or any state of life. Rather, the very topics of Krishna are so relishable that they appear to the devotees as a nectar. Thus, the devotee enjoy them. In, in discussing Krishna's appearances and his diverse energies, the pure devotee take a transcendental pleasure. Therefore, they want to hear and discuss them. Krishna knows that living entities do not understand the external extent of his appearances. He therefore agrees to state only the principal manifestations of his different energies. The word pradhanayataha, principle, is very important. because we can understand only a few of the principal details of the Supreme Lord. For his features are unlimited, it is not possible to understand them all. And Vibhuti, as used in this verse, refers to appearances by which he controls the whole manifestation. In the Amarakosh dictionary, it is stated that Vibhutis indicates an exceptional opulence.
Yeah, so very important points Prabhupada has told here. So here he is explaining Pradhanyata, that he is going to explain principle, because we can understand only a few. Devotees try to understand the Lord as much as possible, as he told here. Okay. But one may not understand fully. Okay. And then here he is saying that Vibhuti used in this verse refers to opulences of the Lord by which he controls the whole manifestation. Okay. Same thing it was told by Valdev Vidyabhushan also, the Lord's power by which he controls the material world. Okay. So these are about which vibhutis? These are about the material vibhutis. They are not the spiritual vibhutis. Okay. And then he is defining, as per Amar Kosh, what is the vibhuti, as I told earlier. So this word you can remember, exceptional opulence. Okay. So this is important. So extraordinary opulence or exceptional opulence, Visishta or Vilakshana Vibhu, Vilakshana Bhuti. Okay, like that. Yeah, continue.
The impersonalist or the pantheist cannot understand the exceptional opulence of the Supreme Lord, nor the manifestations of his divine energies. Both in material world and in the spiritual world, his energies are distributed in every variety of manifestation. Now Krishna is describing what can be directly pursued by common man. Thus, part of his variegated energy is described in this way.
Yeah. So now again, Prabhupada is saying that impersonalist or pantheist. So what is pantheist? Anybody knows?
It's like it's those who follow the philosophy of pantheism, that is, believers of many gods.
Correct. Yeah. So those who are multiple God worshippers. Okay. So they cannot understand what they can understand? The Vibhuti Yoga. Okay. They cannot understand, nor the manifestation of his divine energies. Both in the material world and the spiritual world, his energies are distributed. So we will see the examples which are going to come in the further shlokas. So we'll categorize them as the vibhutis in material world and spiritual world. So all the vibhutis in the material world, we'll say that as number one. And spiritual world, those vibhutis will come, we'll mark them as number two. And they are having a lot of variety. Okay. And now Krishna, this is important point. Now Krishna is describing what can be directly perceived by the common man. Again, thus, part of his variegated energy is described in this way. So again, this is not the direct meditation or active meditation of devotees. This is for the common man who are not yet devotees and they want to see Krishna in the world. Okay, as the material power or material vibhutis like that. Okay, so that is going to be described in this chapter. Okay, 20th shloka. Aham Atma Gudakesha Sarva
One
Bhuta.
question.
Yes, Prabhu.
Like on this point only, like a question arose that the last sentence which you said that it is not for the devotee. So is it for new devotees? Because when we see Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, it is said that whenever he would see some river flow, he would feel it as Yamuna, or whenever he sees some hill, he would call Govardhan. So he is seeing Krishna in everything. So how to understand your last statement that this is not for the meditation of devotees?
Yeah, see, there is a example as you gave Lord Chaitanya. Na? So he is seeing the ordinary, okay, not here, somewhere else I will write. Ordinary objects. It may not be vibhutis of the Lord. Okay, just any ordinary object. He is seeing as spiritual. Okay, like Govardhan or seeing the sea and he is thinking about Yamuna, like that. They may not be vibhutis, ordinary objects I'm saying. Okay. But here what are described, these are not ordinary objects. These are extraordinary objects. Okay. So these extraordinary objects And these people are connecting to energy of Lord, not the Lord. They are connecting to the energy of the Lord. See what Prabhupada written has. His variegated energy is described, not variegated personality. There is difference in seeing the energy and seeing the person. So these people who are not yet devotees, because devotees, they will see the Lord in a personal form. So they see these extraordinary objects which are the energies of the Lord, invested his energies, and they are connecting to the energy of the Lord, not the person Lord. But when Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is doing, so he is connected to the energy or the person. Yes, Prabhu. Arun Prabhu.
To the person, he is seeing it as Krishna himself.
Yeah, he is saying, so that is described as, okay, स्थावर जंगम देखी ना देखी तार मूर्ति सर्वत्र होय निज इष्ट देव स्फूर्ति. That is called the stage of prema. Okay, so what Lord Chaitanya is doing is not a normal vision of the Lord, but it is called Premanjana Chakshu. Okay, he is Lord himself, but he is acting as a devotee. So we are describing as a devotee. So that is the stage of prema where everything is seen as the Lord's manifestation, like Radharani. When she sees the trees and she sees the sap on the trees, she tells that, oh, these trees are having ecstasy and they are shedding the saps. But trees are not having any ecstasy there because they are in Shantrasa. But Radharani is superimposing her ecstasy on them. Okay, like that. Or the bumblebee, she is crying for Krishna. Like that she says. But that is not bumblebee thinking. That is Radharani's ecstasy. She is superimposing on the bumblebee. That we have to understand. But Lord Chaitanya also in the same mood, he is superimposing his ecstasies on these ordinary objects. Okay. So this is a completely different thing, which is a spiritual, completely spiritual thing. At the stage of prema it comes and ahead. Okay, but these are the things when we are going seeing here. These are people who are with some material consciousness, not yet devotees. They are seeing some extraordinary objects in which Krishna has invested his power, and they are trying to connect to the energy of the Lord. And by doing that, sometime by getting the association of devotees, they can understand, yeah, these are actually energy of the personal form of God. That is the difference. Does it answer, bro? Something?
Yes, Prabhuji, as far as I understood, the Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu part I understood clearly. For us as a sadhaka, when we see anything, like sometimes it is said that we should also think it as energy of the Lord. So we think as energy of personal form of the Lord. But when outside people see or some impersonalists, they see it just an energy, energy of some supreme, but not of Lord, not of Krishna. Is it like that?
Yes. They don't connect it to person Krishna. Devotees connect it to the person Krishna and worship that person. So these ordinary people will not worship the person Krishna. But devotees will connect it and worship the person Krishna. That is the difference.
Okay, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Okay. So I'm not saying that these are not useful for devotees, but I'm only saying they are not active meditation of devotees. Okay. While they are doing meditation in chanting or any other devotional service, they don't think that I'm doing it for the Airavata, I'm doing it for that form of the Lord, I'm doing it for the Omkara. Not like that. Or they don't start chanting Omkar. They understand, yeah, the Hare Krishna Mahamantra only to be chanted. That comes in Parampara. But Omkar also is invested with energy of the Lord. So let me chant the mantra of Krishna, which is given in my parampara, that is Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Like that they think. But the common man, he will chant Omkar only. Like that.
So, like, can we see, like, active meditation? Does it mean like, can we see a hill, and of course, it may not come, or it will not come from inside, but can we think, oh, it's an energy of Lord, energy of Krishna, this hill, or can we compare it with Govardhan? Like, as far as some meditation, or as far as our thinking is concerned, can we do it like that mechanically, at least? Is it allowed in bhakti?
Yeah, that sadhana is not prescribed as per our Nectar of Devotion is the guidebook which follow for sadhana. So that kind of sadhana is not prescribed for Vaidhi sadhakas. What is prescribed is the 64 limbs. In that 5 limbs are very important. So Nam Sankirtan, Sadhu Sangha, Bhagavad Shravan, Mathuravas, Shri Murtaya, Sadhya Shravan, Sadhya Sevan, like that. So these 5 things are prescribed mainly for sadhakas, and 9 limbs, as we know, Shravan, Kirtanam, Smaranam. So yeah, these are like indirect way of meditating on the Supreme Lord, but it's not prescribed sadhana. That's what I can say.
Okay, understood.
Hare Krishna. Okay. Aham Atma Gudakesha Sarvabhutashaya Sthitah. Aham Adishcha Madhyam cha Bhutanam Anta eva cha. Okay. Prasanna Gopal, would you like to read?
Yes, sir. Translation. I am the super soul, O Arjuna, seated in the hearts of all living entities. I am the beginning, the middle, and the end of all beings.
Yeah. So now Krishna is now speaking about his vibhutis. So first he is speaking about the source of the vibhutis. From where all the vibhutis in the metal world are coming. Source of all vibhutis. So he is describing that the three forms of Vishnu. So Sarvabhuta Ashaya Sthita is having three meanings. What are the three meanings? So there are three types of Atma. Okay. So what are the three types of Atma? The first one is the Karnodakshay Vishnu. Okay. The second Atma is the Garbhodakshay Vishnu. And third Atma is Shirodakshay Vishnu. Okay. So the Karnodakshay Vishnu, as we know, he is the Sarvabhuta Ashaya. See what is the meaning Sarvabhuta Ashaya? Of all living entities, Ashaya Sthita, situated within the heart. So he is the Atma of the whole material creation, whole material world. Garbhodakshay Vishnu is the Atma of the universe. And Shirodakshay Vishnu is the Atma of every living entity. Okay. So what is the meaning of this? If the Karnodakshay Vishnu is not present, then the material world itself will not be activated. The whole material creation will not be activated because the whole material creation is coming from him. So he is the Atma or active principle of that. Garbhodakshay Vishnu, he is the active principle of universe. As we know, the universe is created by Mahavishnu or Karnodakshay Vishnu, but after he glances and then enters it as Garbhodakshay Vishnu, the universe is activated. Right? Before that, it's not active. And then Shirodakshay Vishnu, we know that he is there as a Paramatma. So as soon as the Paramatma leaves, the Atma also leaves the body, and then the living entity is dead. Correct, like that. So first the Paramatma leaves. So he is the active agent, basically. So these are the three Atmas of the body. So one is metal world, the second is the universe, third is the living entity. Okay, so these are three meaning. Aham Adishya Madhyam cha, this is the another concept. So I am beginning, middle, and end of all the beings, like that. Okay, so he is explaining the source of all vibhutis are these three Vishnus. Okay, like that. Yeah, please read. You are muted, Proji.
Okay. First, you should think of me alone as the cause of these vibhutis by using just one of my portions.
Yeah, so again he is saying the source or the cause of these vibhutis are the my portion. What is my portion?
Expansions?
Yeah, these three Vishnus.
Yes.
Yeah, these are his portions. Yeah. So he is explaining here. Karnadaksha Vishnu is the soul of the Prakriti. Okay, that's what I told. And Garbhodaksha Vishnu is the Antaryami of the universe, Virat, basically. Shivodaksha Vishnu is the all the living entities, the same thing which I told. Yeah, please read.
In this verse, Arjuna is addressed as Gudakesha, which means one who has conquered the darkness or of sleep. For those who are sleeping in the darkness of ignorance, it is not possible to understand how the Supreme Personality of Godhead manifests himself in various ways in the material and spiritual worlds. Thus, this address by Krishna to Arjuna is significant because Arjuna is above such darkness. The personality of Godhead agrees to describe his various opulences. Krishna first informs Arjuna that he is the soul of the entire cosmic manifestation by dint of his planar expansion.
Yeah,
Primary
so
expansion.
what is this primary expansion he is talking about? Anybody can tell?
Karnodakshay, Garbhodakshay, Shirodakshay.
No, he's talking only of one of them.
Mahavishnu Prabhuji,
Karnodakshay.
Yes.
entire cosmic manifestation.
Yeah. So entire cosmic manifestation, who is the Atma? So that is
Mahavishnu Prabhuji.
Mahavishnu or the Karnadakshay Vishnu. Yeah. So again, he is pointing out this fact that this is present in both the material and spiritual world. So the vibhutis will be present in both material and spiritual worlds, like that. Yeah.
The total material energy is not the cause of the creation. Actually, Mahavishnu enters into the Mahat Tattva, the total material energy. He is the soul. When Mahavishnu enters into the manifested universes, he again manifests himself as the super soul in each and every entity.
Yeah. So this is again he is saying as a super soul, as a Shirodaksha Vishnu. Yeah. Yes.
As stated in the Subala Upanishad, Prakriti Adi Sarva Bhutantrayami Sarva Sheshi Cha Narayana. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is existing as the super soul in all manifested universes.
Okay. So he is saying the Supreme Godhead is existing as a super soul in all the material universes. Which is the super soul?
Garbhodakshay.
Jai
Yeah.
Vishnu.
Yeah. In all the manifested universes, that is
Garbhodakshay.
Garbhodakshay Vishnu. Yeah. In each and every universe he is there. Yeah. Read.
Vishnu tu trini rupani
Akhyani.
Purushaakhyani atho vidu. The Supreme Personality of Godhead manifests three features as the Karanadakshay Vishnu, Garbhodakshay Vishnu, and Kshirodakshay Vishnu in the material manifestation.
Yeah, so many of the other Vaishnava Sampradayas, they don't believe that there are three Vishnus because there is no evidence of that in Srimad Bhagavatam, that there are three Vishnus. They consider that there is only one Vishnu. So here is this one statement given by Srila Prabhupada. He has quoted from Baldev Vidyabhushan. This is a proof. Basically, if anybody asks, we can give that where is the proof that three Vishnus exist. So Vishnus to Trini. Trini means three, Rupani. Okay. So we can say, so there are three Vishnus. Who are they? So Prabhupada mentioned Garbhodakshay, Karnadakshay, and Shirodakshay in the middle manifestation. Okay. Yeah. Mhm. So now he is speaking about the various vibhutis in this material world, and some are in the spiritual world. Yeah, or some are spiritual vibhutis in the material world, like that. Adityanam Aham Vishnu, Jyotisham Raviram Shuman, Marichir Marutamasmi, Nakshatranam Aham Shashi. So as we discussed earlier, so here we have pointed out that two types of vibhutis are there. First is the material world vibhutis and the spiritual vibhutis, or basically those which are having material qualities and those which are like spiritual entities. So material entities and spiritual entities, like these two categories we can make. So first one, let us say it as which is a material entity. And the second category, we'll keep it as the spiritual entity. So the other two categories we'll keep. And in that subcategory, we will keep, okay, first category would be the best of the class. Okay, so among the one class will be mentioned like Aditya now. Okay, so among all the Adityas, Aham Vishnu. Okay, so I am Vishnu. He is the best among them, like that. And the second subcategory we'll keep who is the controller of the class. He is controlling the class. He may be best also. He is controller of that class, like that. Okay, and then the third subcategory we'll keep is the, as we discussed in 7th chapter, the essence or active principle. Okay, if that is not there, the whole thing will not work. Okay, this category we will keep. And fourth B, we will keep it as the source of all. Okay, so all of you will answer these questions. So answers will be either as 1A, 1B, 1C, 1D. Like if it is a metal entity, then we'll say it as 1. And in the metal entity, whether it is best of the class or it's a controller of that class, or it is the essence of that whole group, or it is the source of that group. Okay, like that. And if it is spiritual entity, then we'll say 2A, 2B, 2C, or 2D. Okay, so like that we are going to categorize the whole thing. So all answers will be given by all of you. So kindly attentively understand this topic, this further verses, and randomly we'll ask questions to devotees, and respective devotees can answer. Okay, so please note down in your notebooks these categories. Any questions about this category? Anybody is having any doubt or question about this? Because if you don't understand, you may not be able to answer what
I
is
think
about.
one example will be required to understand.
Yeah, this 21 verse I'm going to tell Roji. This 21, yeah, obviously. 21 verse I'm going to explain. Then after that we can start the exercise. Okay, so you
Prabhuji,
can make. Yes, Mata.
Yes, yes. Prabhuji,
I was just saying that you can maybe have a notebook if you have, in which you can write two categories. One column you can make the material vibhutis, entities, and second column you can make the spiritual entities, spiritual vibhutis. And in that you can write as, okay, what I'm saying is you can make something like two columns, the material vibhutis and spiritual vibhutis, and you can keep for A class, which is B, C, and D. Like this, something you can make. So A represents what? Best among the class. B represents the controller among them. C represents the essence or the active principle among them. So D represents the source of all. Like that, you can make in your notebook. So it may be helpful. Yes, Mataji, please.
Prabhuji, I did not understand these subcategories nicely. I mean, if you can give an
Yeah,
example,
example
probably
we'll
it would
discuss.
be
No, we'll discuss here.
helpful.
This, yeah, this verse we'll discuss.
I'll not be able to answer then.
Yeah, we'll discuss now. Yeah, so Adityanam aham Vishnu. Okay, of the Adityas, I am Vishnu. Jyotisham Ravi Ramsuman. Of lights, I am the radiant sun. Okay, so Ravi stands for sun. Okay, so Jyotisham, among those which are giving light or luminaries, as Prabhupada has told. Okay, Marichir Marutam Asmi. Of the Maruts, I am Marichi. Okay, and among the stars, I am the moon. Okay, among all the stars, I am moon. So Nakshatra is star. Sashi, that all of us know, Sashi is moon. Like that. Okay. So here, if you see of the Adityas, I am Vishnu. So Vishnu is considered the best among the Adityas, correct? But again, Lord Vishnu himself is not the material entity. He is himself the Vishnu Tattva. So he will be in the category 2. And he is best among them. So we'll say it as 2A. Okay, he is best of the class. Like that. Okay. And of the lights, I am radiant sun. So sun is here we can consider it as like the material entity, the material sun. We are not talking about the Surya Narayan. Okay, the sun itself. Okay, then for that we can say it as best among those which are the category 1, and we can say A. Okay, among the class he is best. Okay, of those which give light. And of the Maruts, I am Marichi. So he is neither, like Marichi is not a pure devotee. So we will not consider him as the spiritual entity. But when the things will come like devotees of the Lord, we'll take them as a spiritual entity. Okay. So endowed with the spiritual Shakti of the Lord. So he is not a pure devotee. So we'll keep it as category 1. Okay. And then best among the Maruts, so 1A. So like that. And among the stars, I am the moon. So again, this is 1A. Okay, so best of the class. Any questions on this?
Prabhuji, what is Marut?
Yeah, Prabhupada will explain in the purport.
And Prabhuji, here controller of the glass or source of all, to me it makes one sense. If we can just explain the difference.
Yeah, basically the control of the class means he is controlling the whole group, like that. Whatever group is mentioned, he is controlling them all, like that. And source of all means from him only the whole group comes. When the example will come, it will be more clear. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Kishore Madhaprabhu, could you read?
Yes, Prabhu. There are 12 Adityas, of which Krishna is the principal. Among all the luminaries shining in the sky, the sun is the chief, and in the Brahma Samhita, the sun is accepted as the glowing eye of Supreme Lord. There are 50 varieties of wind blowing in the space, and these winds, the controlling deity, Marichi represents Krishna. Among the stars, the moon is most prominent at night, and thus the moon represents Krishna.
Yeah, so 50 varieties of wind blowing. So these are maruts, as you asked. Okay. And these are the same. Yeah, just maruts. Okay, next verse. Vedanam sam vedosmi, devanam asmi vasava, indriyanam manaschasmi, bhutanam asmi chetana. Okay, one devotee can read the whole thing. Kishore Madhaprabhu, are you okay to read?
Yes, yes. Yeah.
Yeah, because purports will be very short and just translations will be there.
I have to read this sloka or purport translation.
Just translation.
Okay. Of the Vedas, I am Samaveda. Of the demigods, I am Indra, the king of heaven. Of the senses, I am the mind. And in living being, I am the living force, that is consciousness.
Okay, yeah. So we'll read the purport, then we'll come back to shloka. Yes, please read.
The difference between matter and spirit is that matter has no consciousness, like the living entity. Therefore, this consciousness is supreme and eternal. Consciousness cannot be produced by a combination of matter.
I think that's it. Yeah. Okay, so we'll put the categories here. Okay. So what we can do here, somebody can volunteer to put. Okay. Yamuna Laspu, would you like to volunteer for this shloka? What is in which category? As
Yes,
per our yes.
I can try.
So yeah, generally verse will have 4 things. So you have to say about this among the Vedanam, among the Vedas, Samveda. Samveda is which category?
You mean material or spiritual, like that?
Yeah, 1A, 1B, or 2A, 2B, like that you have to answer.
Okay, Prabhuji.
2A.
2A.
Okay, you are saying Samveda is spiritual. Yeah, okay. Why you say spiritual?
Because Lord himself, like Vedas are spiritual, right, Prabhuji?
Correct. Yeah, I'm asking you. Yeah, I'm asking you in the sense, not I'm saying that your answer is wrong. Why do you consider it as spiritual? I'm saying.
Because these 4 Vedas, they also represent the personality. Like where it is mentioned. I think in the Matsya Avatar pastime also it is mentioned that previously that the 4 Vedas, they as a personified form, they offered prayers to the Lord. So that's what I remember. They
Yeah,
are a
yeah.
personified
Okay.
Vedas.
See,
So
yeah, what you answered is right, partially right. See, here when we discussed in the previous shloka, we have to understand there is a difference between representation and uh, representation of Lord. That is one thing. Okay, this is called vibhuti. And second is not the representation, but it is a manifestation of Lord. Manifestation. Okay. So this is vibhuti as well as directly the law form of the Lord. There is a difference here. So the representation of the Lord is not it's okay. Representation of the Lord is vibhuti, which is, if you remember, one of the purports says the word some degree. Okay. You remember that? I don't want to go back, but it said that to some degree it is representation of the Lord. But manifestation of the Lord is not to some degree, it is equivalent to the Lord. Okay, it is equivalent to the Lord, we have to understand. So when we are saying, suppose here one example I will tell, Marichi. So Marichi is a representation of the Lord here. Okay. But when we are saying that Vishnu, Is he a representation of the Lord or manifestation of Lord?
Manifestation.
Yeah, means he is the Lord directly. Similarly, when we come to this shloka, Vedanam, Sam Vedasmi, the Vedas are not representation of the Lord, they are coming from the breathing of the Supreme Lord. You might have heard, they are directly coming from the breathing of the Lord, so they are equivalent to the Lord. Okay, they are not partially Lord. So we have to put it in a spiritual category only, the spiritual entity. Yeah. And among the Vedas, the Sam Veda is best. So best of the class. Okay. Is it clear? Anybody has any question on this? Or it is too much difficult? Then if anybody is having any question, they can ask. Nobody has any questions. Everybody understanding that means. Pranamati, are you able to follow? Or difficult?
Sorry, Prabhuji, I have too much disturbances today.
Okay, okay. Okay, no problem.
So I'm not able to concentrate, but I'm
Okay,
trying my
okay. Okay, here let us record if possible. Yeah. Okay. So yes, Yamanagas, we want to continue.
Yes, Prabhuji. The second one of the demigods, I am Indra. So this comes under category 2B.
Yeah, among the demigods, I am the heavenly king Indra. Okay, okay, you are considering him as spiritual?
Yeah,
Okay,
spiritual
on what?
entity.
Yeah, okay, on what basis?
The demigods are also spiritual entity. They are not material entity, right, Prabhuji? They are not a
Yeah,
material.
they are devotees of the Lord. Yeah, okay. Yeah, they are not pure devotee. Only pure devotees we are considering in this category.
Sorry, Prabhuji, what do you mean? Only pure devotees will
Pure
be
devotees
spiritual
means
entity.
those who are like Indra, as we understand, generally he is not pure devotee. Okay, and he is karma mishra bhakta, we say. Okay, so
Prabhuji, just a clarification. What is
yeah,
spiritual entity? Is it like just a pure devotee or a
pure
living
devotee.
entity?
Yeah, that's what I told you. It's either Vishnu Tattva or pure devotee.
Okay, sorry.
So maybe I can write it before there only. So in that sense, otherwise everything will become spiritual.
Yeah, that's what
Everything.
it was
Yeah,
confusing.
yeah. Spirituality will be like only Vishnu Tattva. Okay.
Okay.
Means vice versa, everything else is material actually, apart from
Yes,
pure
Prabhu.
devotee.
Yeah, correct. Only these two entities you are considering. Okay. Okay, among the Devatas, he is Indra. So we are putting it as one. And among them, he is best. So one, let's see. Yeah. Yes, third one, would you like to try? Among the senses, I am mind, Krishna is saying. He's, yeah, which category?
Yeah.
This?
1B project.
Yeah. So B is what?
Controller of the class. So
Yeah.
mind
Correct.
controls the senses.
Yes. So he is the controller. Yeah. And last is Bhutana, Asmi Chetana. Yeah. This is what?
In living beings, I am the living force. Living force. So this is living force. Just a second, please.
We're going too much for devotees.
It's
Can I add, bro?
it's
Let him answer. Yeah.
it's spiritual entity, Broji.
Good. Yeah. It is a spiritual
So
entity.
it's
Yeah.
2, and it's C.
Okay. C is what?
Essence or the active principle.
Yeah. If
Source
Chetana
code.
is not there, then yeah, the body, basically the living entity will not be active. Yes, it's active principle. Yes. Thank you, bro. Very nice. Okay. Anybody want to add anything in this? Is you have any thoughts? If you want to.
Maybe of living
Yes.
beings, I was little confused. Living beings, like we discussed Indra, he is also living being, not a pure devotee, therefore we considered material.
Yes, bro. Yeah. Correct.
So living beings here, are we considering spiritual in the fourth class? No?
No. Chetana, this is the Atma, no? Soul.
Okay.
Yeah, soul is spiritual, no? Is it okay?
Fine, yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah, so in that sense, it's a completely spiritual entity. As per, like, obviously every soul is spiritual, but here talking about only the soul, not gross body, nothing, not mind, ego, nothing.
just to be clear.
रुद्राणां शङ्करश्चास्मि वित्तेषो यक्षराक्षसं वसुनां पावकश्चास्मि मेरुशिखरिणामहम्. Yes, Keshav Prabhu, please read.
Of all the Rudras, I am Lord Shiva. Of the Yakshas and Rakshasas, I am the Lord of Wealth, Kuvera. Of the Vasus, I am Fire, Agni. And of mountains, I am Meru.
Please read.
There are 11 Rudras, of whom Sankara Lord Shiva is predominant. He is incarnation of the Supreme Lord in charge of the mode of ignorance in the universe. The leader of Yakshas and Rakshasas is Kuvera, the master treasurer of demigods, and he is representation of Supreme Lord. Meru is mountain famed for its rich natural resources.
Okay. So somebody like to try for this shloka? You can raise hand also. Nobody wants to try.
Can I try, Prabhuji?
Yes, yes. Okay.
Of Rudras, I am Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva, spiritual.
Yes. Yeah, he is a pure devotee of the Lord. Vaishnavanam Yatha
Spiritual.
Sambhu.
Then
Yeah.
he is a controller. So B,
He is controller of what? This.
he is in mode of control of mode of ignorance, no?
Yeah. In
So
that
B,
sense. Okay. Mataji, we are discussing he is controller of the class as we defined, na? B is the controller of the class.
I wrote here A, controller of the class. Based of the class, B,
No.
controller of the class. So sorry, B.
B
And C,
is
defense of
B is
active
no.
principle.
No, 1 minute. I am clarifying. He is controller of all the class. Means like among the Rudras is Shankara. Means of all the Rudras, is he controlling the Rudras? So no,
Yes.
he is not controller of the Rudras. So it will
Okay.
be best among the Rudras. So we'll just keep
A,
it as A.
To A. Okay.
Yeah, next.
Yakshas and Rakshasas material. And Yakshas and Rakshas, I am the Lord of Wealth. So Kuvera is material. And again, he is the controller of the class. So B, Prabhu.
No. He is master of all. Like Prabhupada is written in this. If you can see, the leader. He is master.
Yes,
Yeah, so he is controller.
Yakshas and Rakshasas,
Yes, correct.
he
He
is
is the
leader,
leader.
he is material.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
material
Material means, yeah, okay. 2B, you are saying.
to
Sorry,
B.
1. No,
1B.
material, yeah, 1B, yeah, sorry.
1B.
Okay.
1B.
Yes, Mataji.
Then Vasus, I am fire. It's again material.
Okay.
There are many Vasus. Again, it's like controller of the class, Prabhuji. 1A, 1B.
No, actually, that is not mentioned like that. Yeah, it's not like controller. So that is one of the name of the types of Vasu
Okay.
that Baldev Vidyabhushan has explained. I have not put here. Of the Vasus, I am Agni. So one of the name of Vasu is Agni. Okay, like
Okay.
that. So it is like best of the class, we can say.
Best of the class. That
Yeah,
is
1A.
1A.
Yes.
Okay. Then among the mountains, I am Meru. So again, it is material 1 and best of the class A.
Yeah. 1A. Anybody wants to add anything in this?
Ruji, what is Vasus?
Yeah, see, there are 12 Vasus who are controller of some of the activities of this material world. Okay, so the detail is there in the purport of, I think, Baldev Vidyabhushan and all. So, okay, I will put it in the group later. Okay, here I will not be able to show because it will take some time and I want to complete this chapter today. Okay, I'll put it in the group. And see.
Okay, thank you.
Anybody wants to add anything in about the categorization? पुरोदशां च मुख्यं मां
पुरोदशां च मुख्यं मां
विद्धि पार्थ बृहस्पतिं
विद्धि पार्थ बृहस्पति
सेनानीम् अहं स्कन्द सरसामस्मि सागरः. Please read.
A priest, O Arjuna, know me to be the chief Brihaspati. Of generals, I am Kartikeya, and of bodies of water, I am ocean.
Please read.
Indra is the chief demigod of heavenly planets and is known as the king of heavens. The planet on which he reigns is called Indraloka. Brihaspati is Indra's priest, and since Indra is the chief of all kings, Brihaspati chief of all priests. As Indra is the chief of all kings, similarly, Skanda or Kartikeya, the son of Parvati and Lord Shiva, is the chief of all military commanders. And of all bodies of water, the ocean is greatest. Those representation of Krishna only give hints of his greatness.
Yeah. So as we told discussed earlier that this representation of Krishna give only hints. Means what? To some degree. They are representing. Okay. Yes. So somebody like to volunteer for this? Yes, Arun.
It's Brihaspati among priests. So Brihaspati is material and priest is best of class. So 1A. Then Kartikeya among generals. So he's son of Lord Shiva, but still I think he must be material. 1 and generals again best of class, again 1A. Ocean among water bodies. So again material and again best of class 1A.
Sorry, I could not hear, bro. Actually, I was taking one call. Yeah, can you tell again?
Okay. Brihaspati among priests like 1A material plus best of class. Then Kartikeya among generals. I was little doubtful because Kartikeya is son of pure devotee Lord Shiva. But still I think material and best of class. And ocean among water bodies. So it's material and again as best of class. But I'm little doubtful at as it may be a source of all because like every like river goes and mixes into ocean, but we can't say source. 1A only, like best of class probably.
Yeah. Okay.
All three
So-
1A.
Yeah, actually here Prabhupada said Kartikeya, the son of Parvati, the Lord Shiva, is chief of all military commanders. So he is also controller of all of them actually. Okay. So in that sense, I think we should tell it as he is a controller of all of them.
Okay, so 1B.
Yeah. Okay, anybody else want to add anything? Okay, we'll go ahead. Maharshinam Bhriguraham Giram-asmi Ekam-aksharam Yajnanam Japa-yajnasmi Sthavarāṇāṁ Himalayah. Yes, please.
Of the great sages, I am Bhrugu. Of vibrations, I am the transcendental home. Of sacrifices, I am the chanting of holy names, Japa. And of immovable things, I am Himalaya. Brahma, the living creature within the universe, creates several sons of propagation of various kinds of. Among these sons, Bhrugu is most powerful sage. Of all the transcendental vibrations, the Om, Omkara, represents Krishna. Of all sacrifices, the chanting of Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, is the purest representation of Krishna. Sometimes animal sacrifices are recommended, but in the sacrifice of Hare Krishna, there is no question of violence. It is the simplest and the purest. Whatever is sublime in the world is a representation of Krishna. Therefore, the Himalayas, the greatest mountain in the world, also represent him. The mountain named Meru was mentioned in the previous verse, but Meru is sometimes movable, whereas Himalayas are never movable. Thus, the Himalayas are greater than Meru.
Okay, yeah. Somebody like to volunteer for this verse? Yeah, means others can help you. You can try.
Shall I try, Prabhuji?
Yes, Mataji.
Uh, Before I start, I would like to ask if there is any difference between sages and devotees, because I am able to call off of a pastime according to which I think Bhrigu Muni should be chief of the sun. So to be, I am considering him spiritual because the pastime which I am able to connect it to, the one where other sages asked him to test whether Vishnu is the best or Shiva and Brahma. So Vishnu was the best because he was able to tolerate his kick.
Yeah.
So considering him as devotee, if I consider him as a devotee, so second,
No,
and
but that test does not say that he is a devotee. And devotee will not kick on the chest of Lord Vishnu. Yeah, basically
yeah,
he is
that's
not
also
pure
true.
devotee. Yeah, he is
Okay.
not pure devotee. Okay, so yeah,
Okay,
you can
brother.
read Bhrigu details in Srimad Bhagavatam. Prabhupada is given in the first kind of purports. Yeah, so we can consider him at one first category. Yeah, obviously something
Okay,
in
that
between,
is
not fully
material.
spiritual. Yeah, not fully spiritual. Like we cannot say he is like completely material, like some Himalaya. But yeah, something in between also we are putting in category 1 only. That's what we are not only pure devotee. We are taking in second category. Otherwise, everything comes to be second category. Okay, so that's why we can take it as 1. No offenses to Bhrigu. Okay.
First, A Prabhuji, because he is the best among
Yeah,
saints.
among the best. Yeah, I think like that. Yeah.
And of the vibrations, Om. So the sound vibration is always spiritual. So second, 2A, holy name, is the best
Okay.
among all. And immovable thing is first A Prabhuji.
Okay.
Mountains, material, and
Yeah.
immovable things.
Okay. Yeah.
And the Himalaya.
Yajnanam should be 2A. Yajnanam Japa should be 2A. Spiritual.
I think, yeah, this one you told, Mataji? This Japa Yajna?
Himalaya Prabhuji, I said. So,
No, this
just
third line. Third line.
Oh, okay. In trans, I am the transcendental Om of sacrifices. Okay. So sacrifices, Prabhuji, like sacrifices can also be material and spiritual both now, depending upon the purpose for which we are doing.
Yeah, we are taking the entity who is the out of the class, who is extraordinary entity in the class. We are taking that entity. Like here we discuss about Bhrigu. We didn't discuss about Maharshis.
We're talking about Yagya here, right?
Yeah, among the Yagya, Japa Yagya. So Japa Yagya, is it spiritual nature or material nature? We are discussing about that.
So, Prabhuji, spiritual.
Obviously, yeah. Hare Krishna Mantra is spiritual only. Yeah.
And chanting of the holy name is the best. So 2A.
Yeah. Okay. Anybody has any thoughts on this?
Guruji, regarding Om, I was little confused that sometimes it is said that Om is source of all, like it is used as a Bij mantra. So can you clarify it?
Yes, here Prabhupada has told of all the transcendental vibration, Om represents Krishna. So see, these are like the Vedic mantra. You are talking about Vedic mantra. And what is told here is the Naam or the holy name of the Lord. So they are two different things. Okay. So Vedic mantras have some rules and regulations to be followed, like Gayatri mantra and all. So they have to be given by Guru, and there are consideration of offenses in them, and it will nullify if the rules are not followed. But Naam is not like that. There is no rules and regulation. There is no niyama, no kala. Okay, and anybody can chant. There it need not be given by Guru like that. So among the holy name, the japa of Hare Krishna mantra is best, and among the Vedic mantras, Om is best, which is like the bija. Okay, so that is the difference. So when we are saying about Om is source of everything, it's like the source of we can say I have not read through basically in detail about whether it is source of all mantras. Yeah, I have heard, but I am not sure. If you have some reference, you can give later. Okay, then we can see about that.
So now in which category should we put?
Yeah, I think best of them all.
Okay. So it's 1A, right?
Yeah, that's what. If you have any reference now where it's mentioned that it is source of all mantras, I have heard, but if it is somewhere mentioned properly in some Vedas or some verse, some Puranas, then we can take it like that. Okay.
And will you
Prabhuji,
consider
this is the
spiritual or material?
Which one?
Om is spiritual or material?
Yeah, it's spiritual, no?
Okay, yes, 2A.
Yeah, it is transcendental vibration. Prabhupada has told me here.
Yes, yes.
Prabhuji, this Omkar related in chapter 17 or 18 Bhagavad Gita only there is a description of Om Tat Sat, and the Om is pronounced in the beginning of all the activities. Somewhere I'm also searching, but I'm not getting. Do you remember
Yeah,
17
it
or
may be there. Yeah, I have also heard, Prabhuji. I have also heard, but yeah, but I'm not sure whether it is source of all. So whether you can put it in the D category. That D. If we get, you can just put it in WhatsApp group. We can change it later. No problem.
No, no.
Okay. Okay. Any other? Chant Om and chanting holy name essence rather than source. Okay. Essence of all. Yeah, essence in the sense that it is active principle. If it is not there, then we cannot chant any other mantra. It is not like that. Without Hare Krishna also, one can chant other mantras. Yeah, Om can be understood like, okay, every mantra considers Om also. Yeah, so it can be considered like C also. Yeah, it is essence or it includes in every mantra. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. It can be like that also, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Ashwatha Sarva Vikshanam Devarshinam Chanarada Gandharvanam Chitraratha Siddhanam Kapilo Muni.
Of all the trees, I am the banyan tree, and of the sages among the demigods, I am Narada. Of the Gandharvas, I am Chitraratha, and among perfected beings, I am the sage Kapila. The banyan tree, Ashwastha, is one of the highest and most beautiful tree, and people in India often worship it as one of their in the daily morning ritual. Among the demigods, they also worship Narada, who is considered the greatest devotee in the universe. Thus, he is representation of Krishna as a devotee. The Gandharva planet is filled with entities who sing beautifully, and among them, the best singer is Chitraratha. Among the perfect living entities, Kapila, the son of Devahuti, is representative of Krishna. He is considered as incarnation of Krishna, and the philosophy is mentioned in the Srimad Bhagavatam. Later on, another Kapila became famous, but his philosophy was artistic. Thus, there is a gulf of difference between them.
Okay. Yeah, somebody would like to volunteer now? Who have not told before? Huh? Can raise hand.
Yeah.
Who is Prasanna Gopal? Yes, please.
Okay. So banyan tree, of all the trees, I am banyan tree. Banyan tree is a material, so it will be a 1, and best of the vibhutis, 1A. Banyan tree is worshipable.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. And then sages, among sages, sages among the demigods, I am Narada. So Narada Muni is based of the demigods. So he can be a material only, same 1A.
Yeah, Prabhupada, if you see the purport, Prabhupada mentioned among the demigods worship Narada, who is considered greatest devotee. Yeah, so generally we consider him as pure devotee. He is like Srimad Bhagavatam, also the pastime is there. Narad boy transformed into the Narada Muni. So he's pure devotee only. So he's like he's pure devotee. So we can keep it in second category, I think.
Controller.
Second category,
Spiritual.
spiritual. Yeah. So among them, he is best, you are saying. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gandharvas, I am the Chitrarath. So material, and then I don't know whether the Gandharva is the best or not.
Yeah, Chitraratha is one of the Gandharvas. Yeah.
but may not be the base, na? So controller,
Yes.
sense or source is not there.
Yeah, see purport if you see, na, it will be clear.
Hmm.
So he's saying here he is the best singer. He is best
Okay.
among them.
So in that base one.
Yeah, so he will be best among the class like that. Okay. Yes, Roger.
Then and among the perfect beings, I will take Kapila. So Kapila is the best among the sages. So 1A again.
Yeah, he is best among sages, and Kapila Muni.
Obviously, is considered incarnation, so it should be 2A.
Yeah, correct. Kapila is considered an incarnation of Krishna. So he's like Vishnu Tattva only.
Okay.
And so we'll consider him as spiritual only.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So 2, and then what you said, Rohit, best among them.
Mhm.
Okay. Yes. Yeah. Thank you, Rohit. Anybody has any thoughts on this? Okay. We'll go to next shloka. Uchcha Shravasham Uchche Shravasham Ashwana Vidhi Mam Amritodbhavam Airavatam Gajendranam Naranam Cha Naradhipam. Yes, Lord.
Of horses, know me to be Uchchashrava, produced during the churning of ocean of nectar of lordly elephant. I am Airavata, and among men I am the monarch. The devotees, demigod, and demons, asuras once took pride in churning the sea. From this churning, nectar and poison were produced, and Lord Shiva drank the poison. From the nectar were produced many entities, of which there was a horse named Uchchashrava. Another animal produced from the nectar.
Sorry. Yeah.
Another animal produced from the nectar was an elephant named Airavata. Because these two animals were produced from nectar, they have special significance and they represent Krishna. Among the human beings, the king of representative Krishna, because Krishna is maintainer of universe, and the kings who are appointed on account of their godly qualifications are maintainer of their kingdom. Kings like Maharaj Yudhishthir, Maharaj Parikshit, and Lord Rama were highly righteous kings who always thought of citizens' welfare. In Vedic literature, the king is considered to be representative of God. In this age, however, the corruption of principles of religion, monarchy decayed and is now finally abolished. It is to be understood that in the past, however, people were more happy under righteous kings.
Okay. So yeah, somebody else like to volunteer to categorize?
One say,
Who has not spoken till now? Yeah, Bhakti Lila Mataji.
Yeah, I can try, Prabhuji.
Yes, madam.
Uchchashrava is one ye, and Airavat amongst the elephant, again one ye, and the king amongst the men, 2B.
Yeah, you are pegging spiritual.
Spiritual, because here description mein Prabhupada said na Krishna is the maintainer of the universe, representation of Krishna.
Yeah, I think we are saying here is Krishna maintainer of the universe, and the kings who are appointed account of their godly qualifications are maintainer of their kingdoms. Yeah, all kings may not be spiritually like advanced. They may not be pure devotee. Like there are few, like Yudhishthira Maharaj, Prabhupada has given example. Maharaj, they are all pure devotees, but may not be all kings. Yeah, and Lord
Next
Ram.
one B.
Yeah, in my understanding, it is not that all kings are spiritual. Some may be spiritual also. So it can be like that. Yeah. And he's controller.
Like here, the word is representative, and you said representative is material in the
That's
initial.
what, yeah, that's what I was referring to that only. So there it was told one is manifestation, that is spiritual, but representative is everybody is representative only. Ashwatha also, because people worship it, is having some spiritual qualities, but as such in a general tree like that. It's not like Tulsi. Tulsi is like spiritual tree, but Ashwatha is not spiritual tree like that. Okay, anybody has any thoughts on this?
In purport, that is first paragraph. Prabhupada is writing, because these two animals were produced from nectar, they have a special significance and they are representatives of Krishna. So here the word representative has become like, earlier it was clear representative means material, but now Prabhupada is saying they have special significance and they are representative of Krishna. So it created a little doubt that whether representative
No,
means
like that.
spiritual
That is
meaning.
for everyone. Prabhupada is writing here like that. It's for everyone. Everybody is representative of Krishna, and they have a special significance. That's why they are called extraordinary opulence. Everybody is like that.
So we'll consider material, right? Like horse,
Yes.
Ravat and
Yes. Yeah.
Ravat and Uchcheshrava.
Yeah, they are material only.
Oh, okay, fine.
Yeah, they are not pure devotees. In future, it will come one of the entities that will be spiritual. I will point out. Ayudanam Hamvai.
And so monarch is controller or best of it?
Yeah, monarch is controller. No? He's controlling the living entities.
Okay, thank you, bro.
Ayudanam Aham Vajram Dhenunam Asmi Kamadhuk Prajanascha Kandarpah Sarpanam Asmi Vasuki. Yes, Prajit.
So I'll take this last shloka because my battery is low and switch off my video. But after this shloka, someone can carry on for me.
Yes, Prajit.
Of weapons, I am Thunderbolt. Amongst cow, I am Surbi. Of causes of procreation, I am Kandarpa, the god of love. And of serpents, I am Vasuki. The thunderbolt, indeed a mighty weapon, represents Krishna's power. In Krishna Loka, in the spiritual sky, there are cows which can be milked at any time, and they give as much milk as one likes. Of course, such cows do not exist in material world, but there is a mention of them in Krishna Loka. The Lord keeps many such cows which are called Surabhi. It is stated that the Lord is engaged in hunting the Surabhi cows. Kandarpa is the sex nature of for presenting good sons. Therefore, Kandarpa is representative of Krishna. Sometimes sex is engaged in only for sense gratification. Such sex does not represent Krishna, but sex for generation of good children is called Kandarpa and represents Krishna.
Okay. Yes. Somebody would like to volunteer for this? Others will help. Will help you. Somebody want to try?
Okay, Bruj, I will try.
Yes.
So I think all are falling under the category of 1A. All are material and all are like best among the class.
One by one, you can tell.
Yeah, first is Thunderbolt. Among the weapon, it's like best of the weapon. It's
Yes.
1A.
Okay. Yeah.
Among the cows, again, it's again representation of Krishna. So again, in the Krishna Loka, so it's like 1A.
Yeah.
So
So actually, Kamduk, if you see in a Prabhupada's explanation, it's like cows which can be at any time. They do not exist in material world, and they are only in spiritual world. So they are not any like material entities. Okay.
then 2A then.
Yeah, correct. I was thinking like that. Yeah, two and a best among them. Yeah. Correct.
Okay, then for the Kandarpa, I think it's 1A only.
Yeah. Okay.
And Vasuki is also 1A.
Yeah. Correct. Yeah. Okay. Anybody wants to add anything?
But it is said that thunderbolt represents Krishna. So, will it
Yes.
come category spiritual or not?
Mate, that's what we are discussing many times. Representative is everybody representing only. In this chapter, everybody representing. But whether they are directly manifestation of Krishna, like Kapila Muni, is different compared to Kandarpa. Correct, na? So that way it's different. But everybody is representing Krishna in this chapter. See, Thunderbolt also is representing Krishna only. That's why they are Vibhutis. Okay. Hope it is clear. Is it okay, Mataji?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, one more thing I want to point out. Yeah, see, there may be other cows also. They may not be Surbi or Kamduk. So other cows also may be there who may, they are also representing Krishna. The normal cows. They are also representative of Krishna. This is an important point. So please hear attentively. So there may be other entities like among the mountains. There may be other smaller mountains, Kanchenjunga and all. They are all representation of Krishna, but they are not the best representation of Krishna in material world. Okay, they are even less degree. If you remember the word Prabhupada used some degree, Vibhuti means some degree, but among all the Vibhutis, Himalaya may be the highest of the degree of representation. But other mountains are lesser degree, but they are also representation of Krishna. Okay, or like here, there is activity of sex. So for that which is for procreating children, that is the representative of Krishna to the best extent. But there may be other activity which is for pleasure seeking, sense gratification. That is also empowered by Krishna only, but it's not the complete representation of Krishna. It's partial, even less partial representation. That way we have to understand. So everything represents Krishna in this material world, and Krishna has mentioned only primary of them. Okay, pradhanata. Okay. अनंतश्चास्मि नागानां वरुणो यादसाम् अहं पितॄणाम् अर्यमः चास्मि यमः संयताम् अहम्. Okay, Arun, could you read?
Yes, Guruji. Of the many hooded Nagas, I am Anant, and among the aquatics, I am the demigod Varun. Of departed ancestors, I am Aryama, and among the dispensers of law, I am Yama, the lord of death.
Okay, Ishamata, you have any question?
She might want to
Answer.
Yeah, I want to try for this.
Yes, okay, we'll just complete the purport.
Yes.
purport.
Yes,
Among the many hooded Naga serpents, Anant is the greatest and is the demigod Varun among the aquatics. They both represent Krishna. There is also a planet of Pita's ancestors presided over by Aryama, who represents Krishna. There are also many living entities who give punishment to the miscreants, and among them, Yama is the chief. Yama is situated in a planet near this earthly planet. After death, those who are very sinful are taken there, and Yama arranges different kinds of punishments for them.
Okay, yes, Mataji. So
Yes,
here,
so
yeah, one by one.
Ananta, okay. So here Ananta is the representation, means he is Lord Balram himself. So it is a spiritual entity. So it is 2B, and he is the controller of the class. So I think it is 2B.
Yeah, controller. Okay, did it become a greatest animals? Okay, I'm not sure about controller. Okay, I am not sure, so we can say both.
But he is himself considered as Lord, so
He is Lord,
he
yeah.
is a
But
controller.
whether he is officially the controller also of the Nagas, I'm not sure. Maybe, I don't know. Okay. Yeah, next.
So the Varuna will be considered as a material entity and best amongst the class. So 1A.
Yeah, correct. 1.
Third is Aryama. So it is also considered as material and among the best of the classes. So 1A.
Okay.
And for fourth is Yamraj. So Yamraj will be considered as spiritual entity because he's among the 12. He is actually a devotee of Mahajans. Yeah. And he will be also the controller of class because he's controlling everything related to this laws, according to my understanding.
Yeah, among of all the regulators, control of depth. Yes. Okay. Anybody wants to comment?
Prabhuji, when we talk about Yamraj, is it a post like Indra or is it a person directly? Like
Yeah,
when we talk
post.
because it is a post.
Yeah, it is post.
When we talk about 12 Mahajans, so Yamraj, a particular Yamraj is among 12 Mahajans. Is it like that?
Yeah, Yamraj is also one of the 12 Mahajans. Yeah. So what is the question?
So when we talk about Yam, so who is post and who is like Mahajan?
What is what? Yeah, one is the post.
So who is Mahajan? Like that Yamraj is a post
person.
or it's a name?
No, Yamraj is a person only. So sometimes that post is occupied by pure devotee. Sometimes that post is not occupied by pure devotee. Okay, like that. So now currently it is occupied by pure devotee.
Okay, Guruji.
Yeah.
So, Prabhuji, shouldn't it be
Huh.
1A? Because if it's a post, then it is material. But presently it is occupied pure devotee. So isn't it 1A? And same thing I was thinking for the first part, Ananta also, because it we say out of the many hooded Nagas, although Ananta is spiritual, but we are talking about the Nagas, no?
Yeah, actually that is eternally spiritual, Mataji. Yeah, Ananta na, is Balram, Lord Balram spiritually. Oh, sorry, eternally. Okay, so that is not like post. But yeah, Yamraj,
That
what you
is
said, that can be said as post. So it may not be always spiritual. Yeah, but currently it is spiritual. So we can say one also. I'm okay with that.
and Prabhuji, how is it controlled? I did not.
Yeah,
I
here
mean, I still
Prabhupada is
think it should
translated. Na?
be
He is the controller
because
of
of it,
that. Yeah.
because of this word we have categorized as
No,
control.
no, miss, he is among the regulator. If you see the purport, no? Prabhupada has said, yeah. So there are many living entities who give punishment among them. Yamiraj is the chief. And then he's saying after that, those who are very sinful. So basically, he's in charge of giving punishment. So he's controlling what kind of punishment who should get. He decides. Correct. No?
But doesn't he decide according to the laws that are given by Krishna himself? That was
Yeah, correct. He decides as per the law only. Yeah, but he is the one who decides. No?
okay. Prabhuji.
Yeah, basically, yeah, he is deciding. No? He is the judge. He is the decision maker in that sense.
So, according to the best of your knowledge, Prabhuji, among the Nagas also and the Yamaraj part, it has to be first one has to be 2A and last one has to be C ka was C, I think, right? 2B you said, okay, controller is B. So
Yeah.
2B, it has to be 2B. Okay.
Yes. That's what I felt. Yeah. But yeah, others also what they told that can be true. Yeah. To yeah, like Ananta, it can be here B also. That's also okay. I may not know. If somebody has the reference, then we can see if he's controller of all the Nagas. Okay. Prahladaschasmi daityanam kala kaliyatam aham mriganam cha mrigendroham vainateyascha pakshinam. Yes, Guru.
Among the demons, I am the devoted Prahlad. Among subduers, I am Time. Among beasts, I am the lion. And among birds, I am Garuda.
Yes, thank you, Guru. Yeah, we'll read the purport. Yes, please.
Aditi and Aditi are two sisters. The sons of Aditi are called Adityas, and sons of Diti are called Daityas. All the Adityas are devotees of the Lord, and all the Daityas are atheistic. Although Prahlad was born in the family of Daityas, he was a great devotee from his childhood. Because of his devotional service and godly nature, he is considered to be a representative of Krishna. There are many subduing principles, but time weighs down all things in the material universe and so represents Krishna. Of the many animals, the lion is the most powerful and ferocious, and of the million varieties of birds, Garuda, the bearer of Lord Vishnu, is the greatest.
Okay, somebody wants to try? Yes, Deepali Mataji, you raised.
Yes, bro. The first one, that is Prahlada, then it comes as spiritual, and best of all, that is 2A. The second one, among subduers, I am time. So time bound is in material, so material, and the essence of active principle, that is 1C.
Essence of all activities.
Material.
Yeah, material is true. Yeah, it's energy of Krishna, and among subduers and time. Essence, so is it mentioned somewhere? Among the names, the time wears down all. See, this categories of the subduing principles. Yeah, so I think may not be essence. Obviously, without time, nothing will activate. That is true in the sense. But considering this group, whether time is in sense of this group, I don't think so. It's not the essence of that group. It may be the best in that group. Yeah. So I think yeah, it should be 1A. Okay. Yeah,
And the
next
third
one.
one, Lahan, is again material and best of all, 1A. And last one, bird is Garuda, 1A.
Yeah, I think Garuda Prabhupada mentioned yeah, it's a bearer of Lord Vishnu, no?
As the pair.
Yeah, so yeah, he is pure devotee,
Yes.
actually. So we can say it as 2A. Yeah. Yes.
I
Okay.
thought again we should take it as general.
Yeah, he's pure devotee. We can take it like that. Because he's carrier of Lord Vishnu. It's not ordinary living entity also. Okay, thank you. Okay.
Prabhuji.
Yeah,
So,
Yamuna will ask you.
Krishna Prabhuji. Prabhuji, I wanted to say something.
Yes.
Yeah. So what I can make out from the previous verses, even if we are talking about something material like bird or naga, but if it is, I mean, we are talking about these things in terms of pure devotee like Anand, Prahlad, and Yamraj, then these uh, post or thing, whatever we call, it will automatically be identified as spiritual, right? Whenever, like in case of bird also, because
Yeah.
Garuda was mentioned there, so it is considered as spiritual, right?
Yeah, because pure devotee of the Lord. Prahlad also.
Mhm.
They are pure devotees of the Lord. Yeah. So in that sense. Yeah, it
So
depends.
whenever a pure devotee,
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah, it depends
yes,
on
yes,
how you
please go
categorize
ahead.
the second one. Yeah. So I have categorized in that sense, pure devotee or the Vishnu Tattva.
That is what I was also saying, Prabhuji. Whenever it is about the pure devotee, so it
Yeah.
automatically becomes spiritual, right?
Yes. Yeah, that's what.
Okay. And about the time, Prabhuji, I was also thinking because Lord mentions in Gita that Kal is me, and we see in material world time has a very prominent role to play because everything is controlled by time. So shouldn't it be categorized as a controller? Second, 1B, I thought about the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah,
No?
that's what we discussed. That controller of all. Yeah. Basically, the categories of the subduing principles. Like there may be some strong people who subdue others. Time subdues everyone. But yeah, in one sense, time controls also everyone, but that is not the category here. Category, if it is like controlling principles, among the controlling principles and time, then time is the best of the controller. That also. But I felt, yeah, the category is different here. It's about the subduing principles. Like time crushes everyone. Yeah. But it also controls, but there are three modes. There are so many other things which control. So in this category, I felt this way. It's not very, yeah, it has to be like this only. There can be different understanding. I'm just trying to do some kind of justice here. And don't worry, it's not going to come in your exam. So it's
Okay.
okay. Yeah. Yes. Yamuna will ask.
Roji, I
You
think
saying something?
it's clear. I was a bit confused because, as Mataji said in the 11th chapter, this Krishna tells Kalos me that he is the time.
Yeah. I forgot
So
to
I
address
was
that.
a
Yeah.
bit confused whether it should be spiritual, but I understand the time is the representation of Krishna, not
Yeah. In
meant.
that sense, yeah. Many things Krishna says, I am that, I am that. Yeah. Like
Yeah. So
he
it's
is
clear.
here saying, I am among the Mriga, among the all the Mriganam, I am Mrigendra, I am lion. So everything Krishna is saying, I am. Like that also Krishna said, I am time.
Yes. It's clear.
Yeah. It's not that time is incarnation of Krishna, like Kapila Muni. It's one of the 10 incarnations. We cannot say like that. Okay. So like that. Okay. Pavana Pavatamasmi.
Just one thing.
Yes.
All these description examples, is this for giving importance to those items, all those things representations or the incarnation? Is it to give importance to them, or is it to make the living entity conscious of those things while they may see or hear? So the living entity become conscious that this person, like let's say banyan tree, so it is connected to Krishna. So is it that a part, or is it both, giving importance to those things as well as to make the conscious, to make the living entities conscious about all these things?
Yeah, both, I think. Yeah, both ways. Giving importance as well as primary purpose is to make the living entity conscious of that. Whenever you see these important things, extraordinary things, consider it as my energy. So for the common people, they can at least worship these. Like many people worship Ashwatha tree, and devotee also respect. But yeah, that is primary purpose, and also to give importance to these things because they are representing Krishna in that category. Okay. Pavana Pavatam Asmi Rama Shastra Bhritamaham Yashana Makarashchasmi Shrotasam Asmi Jahnavi. Yes, please.
Of purifiers, I am the wind. Of the builders of weapons, I am Ram. Of fishes, I am the shark. And of flowing rivers, I am the Ganges. Of moving or purifying agents, I am the wind. Among bearers of weapons, I am Parshuram. He is suitable as a Vibhuti because he is an Avesha avatar and because he is an outstanding Jeev among those who have been given powers by the Lord. Note, Ram is taken as Parshuram rather than Ramachandra since he is a Jiva. A Jeev can be a Vibhuti but not the Lord himself. Padma Puran quoted in Bhagavatamrit says, O Devi, I have recited to you the story of Parshuram, a Shaktavish avatar of the Lord. And it says he took birth as an empowered Jiva. The characteristics of the Avesha avatar are also mentioned in the Bhagavatamrit, where a Jiva is filled with portions of Jnana Shakti or other Shakti of the Lord who is called Avesha avatar. Among fish, Jasanam, I am the Makar, a special type of fish. Among rivers, Shrotasham, I am the Ganga. Of all the aquatics, the shark is one of the biggest and is certainly the most dangerous to man. Thus, the shark represents Krishna.
Okay. Yeah. So somebody wants to try? Yes, Jayashri Radha Mataji.
First one is wind. I think this is 1A. Wind, and second, the weapons in the Rama. Second is 2A.
Yeah, Parshuram is Avesha avatar. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
And among all the fishes, I am the shark. That is also 1A. And last is following rivers, I am the Ganges. Ganga is the spiritual, so 2A.
Yeah. Okay. Yes, thank you, Mataji. If anybody wants to add, comment anything?
Prabhuji, I just have one doubt. What purifies the material is spiritual, right?
What purifies?
What purifies the material is the spiritual thing, right?
Yes, yes. Yeah.
Then among purifier of the wind, then wind should be spiritual.
Yeah, actually we can say like that, Mataji. But here the category we have decided is spiritual means either pure devotee or Vishnu Tattva.
Okay.
Yeah, otherwise there is no end. Everything will be spiritual. To make some category, we have taken only these two things, pure devotees or the Vishnu Tattva. Okay. Yeah, like here Parshuram was explained in the purport. Okay. Like that.
Prabhuji,
This,
Parshuram
can
is
you
yeah.
Prabhuji, I was saying Parshuram, in the purport it is written as Jiva can be Vibhuti, but not the Lord himself. So Parshuram is an avatar. That is why he's considered as spiritual,
Yeah,
right?
he is Shakti Avesha, means he is Jiva who is empowered by the Lord. Like that, yeah. Especially empowered by the Lord. Like that.
Can you explain this? Like, what does purifier mean? Because we have heard or read in Prabhupada books that sun purifies even the filthy place, even the stool. And when we talk about air, air carries it, carries the aroma of such nasty things. So how is it? One thought I got in mind is like normally something has to be produced in industry or anywhere. It is first washed with water, or anything is washed with water to purify it or to clean it. So is it in that sense, or how is it? Can you please explain this purifier point of especially of wind,
Yeah,
purifying capacity of wind? Yeah.
yeah, wind as one sense you explained, like, yeah, there is some dirty smell, it will carry it away and it will get clean. Another sense is like some objects are purified by wind, like silk is there. So silk is not washed always to get purified. It is told that silk is purified by wind itself, or some woolen clothes also. Like they may not be washed, but they are considered pure. Okay, especially this resham or silk. So they are like that. So it's not that silk should not, never be washed in a lifetime. Can be washed, but in general, silk is considered pure even after you use. Okay, so it's purified by wind. The purifier for silk is wind in that sense. So some items are purified by wind, like that. Okay. So I don't know exact detail why wind is chosen here, but these examples I understand what it. Okay, so I think we'll pause here and continue tomorrow from 32nd onwards, and then we'll start 11th chapter tomorrow. Okay. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai.